What's up guys, welcome back to another video. I am one of the few people who actually loves the 2013 Mac Pro. Unfortunately though, my model here is only equipped with the somewhat measly quad-core CPU. But today I'm going to be upgrading to a 12-core, 24-thread Xeon CPU that should give us a serious increase in performance. So without further ado, let's get to it. While it might not look like it from the compact design and the Apple logo on the case, the CPU in this computer is actually upgradable. This here is the quad-core Xeon E5-1650 V2 CPU that came out of it, because I unfortunately completely forgot to get a video of the new 12-core 2.7 GHz Xeon E5-2697 V2 that we'll be sticking in it today. Don't worry though, aside from the words etched on the heat spreader, both processors look absolutely identical. I'm not going to go through every single step that I took to do this, because this video isn't really intended as a tutorial, but I will go over the highlights with you. First off, even if you're not upgrading the CPU, it'd probably be a good idea to disassemble this computer just to clean the dust out of it. I purchased mine from a slushy factory where they had used it as their main file server for the past few years, and it had collected quite a bit of dust on the inside, which causes the computer to not cool as efficiently. This will be all the more important when we have 12 cores making heat instead of just 4. One of the main things I noticed as I took it apart was just how efficiently this computer is designed. Everything is honestly pretty thoughtfully placed, and doing the swap was actually pretty easy. I did have a bit of a panic attack when I saw what I thought were rivets holding in the CPU, but it turns out that sometime during the life cycle of this machine, Apple added this tamper-evident film over the screws. You can still remove them, but you'll have to poke a hole in this film to do it, which will void your warranty. I don't really care about this though, since I don't even have a warranty. Once the old CPU was out, putting in the new one was pretty much the same as it would be in any other computer. Honestly, I was actually really surprised at just how quick and easy this upgrade was to do. I did it one night after I got home from work, and in total it took maybe 45 minutes tops. As long as you've got a set of Torx bits and you're familiar with electronics in general, it's really not that difficult. Once it was installed, the only thing left to do was run a few benchmarks. Geekbench 5 sees a performance increase of over 2 times on the multi-core test, but the single-core test does lose a little over 50 points due to the 12-core CPU's lower clock speed. Honestly though, this performance loss isn't really enough to even notice in most day-to-day tasks. Cinebench R20 sees an increase again of just over double. Blender's BMW test rendered out in 4 minutes 38 seconds, versus the 10 minutes and 28 seconds on the quad-core chip. Moving on to Handbrake, the new processor took less than half the time to transcode a 5-minute 4K H.264 clip than the old one did, coming in at just 2 minutes and 9 seconds. And that's honestly a pretty good summation of the performance. It's a little over double the performance of the quad-core in anything multi-threaded, and an almost unnoticeable but still measurable reduction in single-core performance. For the $650 I paid for the Mac Pro, plus the $140 CPU, that brings the total of this machine up to $790, which, for a modern Macintosh computer running the latest software, and with this level of performance, it's actually not a bad deal. And if you check out my Apple Silicon video where I compare this 12-core Mac Pro to the M1 Mac Mini, you can see that it actually matches the Mac Mini's performance and in some tasks still beats it, all while being upgradable to a certain extent, supporting 128 GB of RAM, and being able to use eGPUs, though it takes a little tweaking to do so. So if you're wondering, no. I do not regret buying this computer at all, even though it's 2020. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit like, get subscribed, and ring the bell so you'll get notified when I post new videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.